Hello sew lovers, welcome back to my channel. This is Sew with Pivot. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you. So today we're going to be learning how to make those beautiful Ankara bag. Enjoy. So for my first piece of fabric, I have this fabric which measures 9.5 inches in width and then 21 inches in length, and I have two pieces of this fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it on the two sides like you can see me demonstrating, and then I've sewn it. This is what we have, you can see it. So I'll go ahead and run a gather stitch here. So I already ran the stitch, so let me form my gathers. You can actually achieve this with about a yard of Ankara fabric. I actually use less than a yard. So this is actually what it looks like after forming the gather, so you can see it. Okay, let's head over to the second piece. This piece measures 9 inches in length and 5 inches in width, and we have two pieces of this as well. Now at the back, I went ahead to iron paper stay at the back. So I'm going to face it like this and then sew the two sides just like we did initially, and then this is what we have for the two sides. So I'll keep it aside. Now this piece is for the bag handle, and the length is 21 inches while the width is 4.5 inches, and I have two pieces of this. So I'll go ahead and fold it into two like this, and then we sew. So I'm going to do so for both pieces. So after sewing, I'm basically going to turn it over. I turned it over using my safety pin. So I'll go ahead and give it a good press. So next we need the strap that we'll be using to pass this handle, because we want the handle to have a ruched effect. Now the length of this is 12 inches while the width is 1.5 inches. So I'm going to basically pass this strap into the handle so that it can give it a ruched effect. So after passing it, I'll go ahead and stitch the two edges so that it can stay in place, and I'll do so for the second handle also. And this is what we have. So I'm going to bring in my previous piece that had stay on it. So this is it. I'll mark in 1 inch on both the front and the back. So I'm marking it on all sides. So actually I'm supposed to mark this thing at the front of the Ankara. You can see me doing it at the front, so I actually marked it there so that you will see. So we'll go ahead and fix the handle. Now we'll fix the handle at that point and then we sew. So while fixing it, make sure the handle falls inside the fabric like you can see what I did, and then I already stitched it, and then this is what we have. You can see what I did. So when you bring it out, it's going to look like this. So I'm going to put it back in, and then let's continue our sewing. So I'll go ahead and bring my first piece. You can see it. So I'll go ahead and run a gather stitch all round, and then I already did that. So let me just drag the rope so that I can form my gathers. Basically I want the gathers to be same like volume with what we have in the other piece that has paper stay. Anyway, just watch, you'll get to understand what I mean. So after forming my gathers, I went ahead to turn it inside out. You can see it. So the other stitch we had, they are now inside, right? So this is what we have. So I'm going to bring in our second piece, and then I'll place this one inside our second piece just like you can see me doing, and then I'm trying to spread it out so that the gathers will be uniformed. and then we go ahead and then stitch it all round. Let me bring it closer. So we're going to stitch all round. After stitching, this is what we have. So I'm just going to drag this piece out like this, and we fold it in with about 1/4 or 1/2 inch. I'm going to fold it in, so you can go ahead and give it a press so that it can stay in place. Then you stitch at this point, just sew it, and then this is what we have. We already sewed it, so you can see how it is. So now we're going to push it into our main fabric, and are you seeing what I am seeing? Our bag is already sitting so pretty, right? So the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and fix in a pressing button at this point. So for the ribbon attached to the bag, I have this 4 piece of fabric which measures 11 inches in length and 4 inches in width, and I have 4 pieces of this. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it into 2 this way, and then I'll fold it again. So basically we're going to just curve out the edges. So after doing it, I'll open it up, then I'll take 1 piece like this, I'll fold it into 2, then I'll sew from this edge to this point and from this edge to this point. So I'm going to do so for the 4 piece, and then I left an opening at the center so that I can turn it inside out. So this is what I have after turning it out. So I'll go ahead and use hemming gum to close up that place, or we go ahead and sew at that point, and then I'll do so for the 4 piece. In my bag, and then we're going to attach this ribbon on it, so you can just tie it round it once or twice. It's actually your choice. And then we are simply done with this bag. So you can actually replicate this bag using different fabric, Ankara, Duchess, satin. Like, you can just try it out in your own way. If you know you enjoyed this tutorial up to this point, why not subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, share this video to other sew lovers, okay? Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.